Hope for Honduran Children started 14 years ago when John and I were on a medical trip. There are many, many, many medical trips, and we felt that we needed to do something more sustainable, and we met 24 abandoned teenage boys, and of the 24, none of them had had any education. They hadn't eaten any food in 4 days, and they were living in a pigsty. And in that moment, our lives were changed forever. So we came back to the States and we started Hope for Honduran Children. That was 14 years ago, and that was 3,029 children ago. That's the number of children's lives we've impacted. Our main goal is to mentor, challenge, love, educate, and provide opportunities for abandoned children. When that little child turns into a teenager, they are set out without a place to go, without any skill sets, and they're again abandoned. So that's where we come along.
Turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. Some make the best of this fast.
The first trip was very fun and I loved every second of it, but the second trip, being able to create relationships with people that I interact with on a daily basis was really meaningful to me. And if you have the opportunity to go on this trip with John Carroll and with other students, you should definitely take advantage of it. The second time it was a lot more powerful, being able to reconnect those bonds that I had already established the first time I went down. There's several kids that I still keep in touch with on a daily basis, and they're what motivate me to go back every year.
Memories and dead skin on trial.
So I was the only freshman enrolled in this trip, and I knew that coming into the class. I initially didn't feel intimidated or scared because I saw this as the perfect opportunity to step outside my comfort zone and check something off my bucket list, and that's go on an international service trip. I learned a lot about business principles, especially those like in the marketing area, that I really don't think I would have been able to learn in a class.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you got the time of your life.
So when it comes to Honduras, nothing's ever really set in stone. A lot of it is like scheduled, you gotta play it by ear. So the third day, Karen told us we would be going to this school called San Juan de Rancho. We decided the night prior that I would team up with Ryan Mishka, and we were gonna get the third grade class. So we put together a couple activities for the third graders, but going into it, you still really don't know exactly what to expect. And this day was super impactful to me because of the teamwork that me and Ryan had, and specifically because of the kids. When we got in there, we just went full force, and we were laughing and having a good time. And I think it's really impactful because kids aren't that intimidating. And so when we were speaking to them and teaching them, it was easy to be able to relate to them. And they were smiling and caring and having a good time, and they really just enjoyed being there with us in the moment. So it was easy to be in the present moment with them and share that experience. And at the same time, you know, you think you're going to be done in like an hour and have enough activities to be able to keep these kids happy and going. But they were very intelligent and super smart, so we just flew through some of these activities, and me and Ryan had to come up with stuff on the fly. And the most impactful part of it, though, I think, was at the end of the day, when we got to see all the kids line up, and the principal of San Juan de Rancho came up and he said to us, does anyone have anything to say to the teachers, which was our class? And pretty much all the third graders came up and they said, hoy es muy divertido, like today was very fun. And that they appreciated the time that they got to spend with me and Ryan. And it practically brought me to tears because I was like, oh my gosh, we were just having fun teaching you guys. But it really meant a lot to them, and it meant a lot to me in that moment.
'Cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you
They pour the coffee in there. Where? Generalmente lo
all the moment of truth in your lies, when everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
So my favorite day was helping this kid set up a barber shop. He'd gone to barber school and he was cutting hair for kids that he was living with, but there's really potential for him to expand that. He had the area and the supplies and the skill. So I got to sit down with him and we created a social media accounts for him. Before we went down there, members of the group created him business cards. And it was really cool to watch him take ownership of his own business and really kind of see the potential there for himself. And that night and that thank you was kind of something that was more special to me on the trip. So I initially signed up for the class because I wanted to use it as an elective. So I was looking at graduation requirements. But what I found down there was something more than that. It's amazing to see like what these kids have been through, and the optimism that just kind of comes from all of them. I mean, they've experienced these horrible things in life, and yet they're some of the happiest people I met. So that really helped me kind of dig into myself and really see kind of what I was thankful for and what true happiness really can be, kind of away from all the material things that we're used to seeing here.
Okay, hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank God for allowing us to be reunited as a new family that we are. And I want to take advantage this moment to thank everyone for sharing with us all your knowledge and especially for coming to Honduras.
But the most important trip that we have is the John Carroll spring break trip, because the students come, get off that plane, and their eyes are huge, and they don't know what to expect, but there's that adage about being men for others, and they really are. In our transition home, the boys have learned to focus not on just the immediate day, but plan ahead for their futures, and this is all due to the impact made by the John Carroll students. And when they're there, they're just the relationships that they build one-on-one with the Honduran kids has made an impact that I cannot even put into words. And what's interesting is how symbiotic it is, because my Honduran children have received enormous support from the Boler students. And the John Carroll students, I think their journey in life has been changed by the support they get from the Honduran students.
For me, this is the one of the most hard moments of this mission, because it's really hard for us to say goodbye, but we have to see you again. And don't forget that the doors of our house are open whenever you want to come back. We feel so thankful with you for being really nice people and for teaching us the best tips for reach our goals. Now, I am going to read some words that inspire me to continue working hard to reach my goals. Laughing is taking a risk and looking silly. Crying is taking a risk and looking too sentimental. Getting close to others is taking a risk to compromise. Doing something for others is risking to get involved. Expressing feelings is risking to show your true self. Expressing your ideas and dreams is risking to lose them. Loving is taking a risk and not being loved back. Wishing is taking a risk at disappointment. Wanting is taking a risk at despair. Trying is taking a risk at failing. But the risk must be taken because the danger of not taking a risk in life is bigger. The people that don't take risks don't achieve anything in life and have no one in life. Maybe you can avoid suffering and worrying, but you can't learn, feel, change, growth, love, or live if you avoid this risk of being free in life. Only a person that takes risks is free, so take risks. It's true, you can lose by doing so, but have you thought on what you can gain by taking risks? So, make it a night of taking risks. Okay, we already miss you guys, but don't forget that you have a family in Honduras that love you so much. I love you with all my heart. See you soon, and it was a really nice pleasure to meet people so lovely like you guys. Have a nice trip. God bless you.